Okay, at the theater with Justin, and we're about to be watching Saw X. I just did the Saw Patrol thing with my daughter. We went and saw Paw Patrol. Good movie. But now it's time for me and Justin to watch Saw. So, before going into this, Justin, what are your expectations?
Well, considering I'm hearing nothing but good things, I have my expectations higher. I still don't think this is going to be better than my personal favorite, Saw 2, but I'm optimistic.
Okay, so he's thinking, very optimistic. Me as well, I'm optimistic. I mean, the first one's my favorite. So, hopefully, this movie lives up to the hype. Me and Justin got our collector's cups. And I don't know if you guys ever seen these, but it's got a little button there.
I'm not a monster.
Vraiment, l'idée est venue, je pense, de mettre l'enfant au centre du procès et que cet enfant réceptionne toute l'histoire de ses parents. Je pense que quand j'ai eu cette idée-là, je me suis dit, ok, le film est là. J'avais vu beaucoup de films de procès, peut-être moins, où l'enfant était comme ça au centre de tout l'enfer, de là où il...
Honestly, the best topper ever.
Huh.
Yep. Hello everyone, welcome to the Ginger Snaps here. We'll be discussing the Saw franchise for you guys in a very blunt way. I'm your host, Steven Harrold.
And this is Justin Harrold.
And in today's video, I know this would have theoretically been the Saw 6 review, but in preparation for that, we've been kind of slow. So we went and saw X tonight. And this is actually going to be our spoiler-free review. So you and me have already seen this, and this is our initial reactions for this film. And I think it's very safe to say that I want you to be the one that starts on, remember, this is spoiler free.
Yep.
So, walking out of the theater, first impression.
So going in, I had pretty high expectations based on what I've heard regarding the plot, when the movie's taking place, and everything that they're going into this film. So I expected this to be like, okay, this is probably going to be a good Saw movie, better than Spiral, better than Jigsaw, probably better than Final Chapter. My only hope was, as long as it's, better than what we've gotten prior, I'm happy. And then wherever we go from there, so be it. Having said that, after coming out of the theater, wow. I shit you not, I have never seen a Saw movie where I had such a smile the entire time watching it. I was blown away, and I cannot wait to see it again.
Yeah. So basically, to sum it up with him too, for myself, it was, we have the expectations. He has expectations of Saw 2, me, the first Saw, and walking out of the theater, it was like, okay, well, walking in, it was like, okay, well, hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's really good. But walking out of the theater was like, holy fuck, was that good?
Yes.
And rightfully so, we both, like, him saying he had a smile on his face throughout the whole movie. For me, it was like I was having a great fucking time watching this one. And basically, just to sum it up, after we've just come out of the theater, we're damn impressed with this film.
100%. Here's what's going to be very interesting. I don't know what the plan is yet going forward. if this ends up being the last one, I'm totally fine with it because I'm just happy that there's a 10th film. But that would be pretty damn impressive that the 10th movie. By the way, how many horror franchises can you say had 10 films, albeit the 10th film being the best or one of the best?
Well, Nightmare on Elm Street, there is no 10th film. Halloween, the 10th film technically was Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So no. And then there's Jason X, which is a guilty pleasure for me. I cannot say a franchise that has a 10th film, literally the 10th film, become a great film.
Yeah.
So this is a first for me. And in saying that, without giving anything away, this movie basically makes me want more of what they just did. Basically, with this movie, with the story that this movie takes place in between Saws 1 and 2, so making it Saw 1.5 basically. Jigsaw goes and seeks help from some doctors in Mexico, and then eventually he gets conned by these con artists. And then basically what ends up happening is we end up seeing him basically get revenge. And it's interesting because of the fact that he's the protagonist in this movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, I actually got a kick out of this story.
No, the story is very, like, it's spot on. It wasn't convoluted, which was a breath of fresh air. You didn't need you didn't need prior knowledge of the previous films, except for maybe the first Saw. That's it. You didn't even need to watch Saw 2.
No, technically, you didn't need to watch Saw 2.
I did enjoy the story very much. Not once did it get confusing. All the characters in this film, including the side characters, nailed it.
Yeah, the side characters were such a big improvement too, especially when it gets to that part where they're afraid and they're screaming, they're crying, they're pleading to be let go, and then they're going through the traps and everything. You feel it. You actually understand that this is some scary shit they're a part of.
Mm-hmm.
But yet at the same time, you kind of don't feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe one you do, but you don't really feel bad for them.
No, this was, and no surprise here, but because it's 2023, the acting in this film is good. It's good quality. Not once was there a single character where I was like, that's not some good acting.
No, at least there was some really good improvements with the acting, especially when it comes to Tobin Bell being over 80 years old.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. I almost think it's not going to happen. I know it for a fact, but they should really consider having him be a nominee for like Best Actor.
Oh, for the Oscars?
I don't think it's going to happen at the Oscars.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
No. But for someone who's 81 years old, performing the way he does in this film, bravo.
Yeah, bravo to that. Honestly, especially Shawnee Smith.
Yeah.
Shawnee Smith's performance in this one is like, I am curious on how, like, where did she lose her faith? Because, like, from this one and then 2, and then 3, she's completely different.
I'll say this, though. This isn't Shawnee Smith's best in a Saw film.
Okay.
In terms of her acting chops, I feel like they could have gone a bit more. In this movie, I felt like she was just, hey, I need you to do this and this and all that. In some ways, I actually think we got better acting from Saw 3 out of her.
Mm-hmm.
But this would be second place.
Okay. So at least Shawnee Smith's performance and Tobin Bell's performance and all the side characters all did a bang-up job.
Mm-hmm. In terms of the traps for Saw X, I would be having to say I am thoroughly impressed.
They're really good traps.
There's a couple, I'll admit, were just okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a bad trap in this film, but there is at least a couple that, they're just meh. Actually, sorry, I won't even say meh. I'll say they're fine. You can't go wrong with it. But there's some really good traps.
Mm-hmm.
There's even
I love the infancy of like this does kind of go with Saw 1 where it's like these are like bare basic traps. They're not like elaborate like the rack or the angel trap or something like that just yet.
No.
And that's where it's just like, yeah, it's like a nitty gritty. But I also love that we get to see John Kramer when he's thinking of something after he watches a certain individual, he now thinks about a certain trap.
Yeah.
And how perfect it is.
There's also a lot of Easter eggs in this film, and many of which I spotted right away, and they're just great.
Yeah.
Great Easter eggs.
Yeah, for me, when it comes to the traps are very well done. The gore aspect of the traps, like, when it comes to our spoiler review, we're both on the same side of what our favorite trap was in this movie because of how fucking gross it was.
I wouldn't even say, well, it's not even just that.
Not gross, but also like the sheer amount of pain that person went through.
Let's put it this way. There's a lot of traps in this film where you can't sit straight. You're gonna be like, grossed out. You might
you're shifting in your seat. You're grossed out. You're everything.
You always react in a way.
Yeah, you always react, and of course, then there's a first that happens in this movie when it comes to a specific trap, but we can't get into that until we get to the spoiler review.
So, doing a lot of thinking about this, I absolutely love this film.
You would own this movie.
Oh, without hesitation. The fact that I want to go see this movie again in the theaters, I'm not even waiting until it comes out to stream or anything. I want to go again into theaters and give them more money because I want to help them.
Yeah. It's basically the same thing with me when it came to like Halloween Kills. Like I saw Halloween Kills in theaters 6 fucking times. And I was like, oh, fuck, I love this movie. And for Saw X to have that impact where we both are eager to go see it again, like, yeah, I want to see this again because the movie was really fucking well done. And even like the praise this movie is getting, we were like, okay, we're hearing good things. And now we can say like, yeah, the hype was real. Everything that everyone's saying, even the Rotten Tomatoes, the score, the audience, and Rotten Tomatoes themselves,
currently
so far so equal.
Currently, Rotten Tomatoes has this at 84%.
Yeah, and the audience score?
Audience went up.
It went up.
First was 86, now it's a 93.
Yeah, this movie's gonna be a certified. Well, this movie technically is certified fresh.
It is. You just have to be over 80% to hit certified fresh.
Yeah, basically. So we're not going to give you guys our ranking until we get to the spoiler review, but we will say that this movie, like in terms of if we were to make the top, like our tier list of like worst to best, I'm saying it's in the top 3.
Oh, easily, without hesitation. There's no way a movie puts a smile on my face throughout the entire film and I don't give it praise.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this film. The only negatives I would have would basically be strictly nitpicks.
Yeah, just little nitpicks here and there, like, whatever, right? But that's basically it. When you know you love a film so fucking much and you just can't express it, where it's just like, no, I want to see this movie again. It's basically how I was for the whole Halloween Blumhouse trilogy. It was like, oh, I need to see this movie again. And now to see you be like, no, I need to see this fucking movie again. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah. So no rating from us yet, guys. But like we both said, this film is basically in our top 3. So that's been our spoiler-free review for Saw X. Justin, obviously, you fucking enjoyed it.
I had a blast. I can't wait to see it again.
Yeah. And I've enjoyed this movie too. And I just figured we might as well get this out before we do any of the other movie reviews. Like, we still have to upload 6's review, 7, 8, 9. But I feel like it's a perfect middle ground where the spoiler-free for this one would have been right. So anyways, guys, that's it from us. If you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content. And don't forget to hit that bell notification to get notified about all the other Saw-related videos coming out on the channel. So other than that, that's been it from us. This has been the Ginger Snaps here. My name is Steven Harrold.
And my name is Justin Harrold.
And we will talk to you guys later. And remember, live or die, make your choice.